when you play in NIT is you have to be set on wanting to be here. Oftentimes you have that, that disappointment of not being in the NCAA tournament. And so you have to get over that mental block as Lance Terry lines one up, is able to knock down his second three-point.
But Damon Stoudemire is psyched to have number 2 in white back on the floor.
And number 2 in white may be a little too excited. That's why he shot an air ball. Rarely do you see that from him.
That 3 ball is good. Make it back 10 points. Largest lead of the game for Jacksonville State.
But you see Pierre also feeding Brigham. He's not looking for his own as Lance Terry's aggression for those two guys to build a relationship.
That one erased by Dongo. And speaking of race, McCollum out on the race. And Lance.
Throughout this game, we've seen him slide his feet, get after it defensively. Lance Terry with the steal there and the finish.
3 walk-ons. They had to recruit these walk-ons in December because of all the injuries they were beset by. These were young men who were helping out the women's team in practice. They got recruited by
4-26 in that win. Proctor loses it, and Dongo bounces for Terry. He'll slam it.
A great job by Dongo getting his
side, and a layup and in by Gungbo.
And Gungbo continues to give the Blue Devils great minutes offensively. Shocked to see John Shire going man-to-man right now with Gungbo on the floor. Normally this is where he plays zone when you put Patrick Gungbo in the game.
Dongo set the screen out for Terry, who's been really quiet for a couple of days here. He wants to heat up his 13 in the first half, 5 at halftime, their largest deficit of the year. They are without Cooper Flagg and Malik Brown the rest of the game because of injury, and yet they lead by 8 against Georgia Tech, trying to spring the upset. But they need a comeback. They need a hot hand. Mustaf on the dribble, almost lost it. Shot clock to 5. Terry outside. Terry on a crossover dribble, and yes,
that was a much-needed bucket.
Knipple and Malawach, and once again racing to the other end to play defense. Bayern Dongo at the block. Terry, hey, quick strike, and he'll be at the line. Look at biggest star today with 21 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. So a standout performance for him in the quarterfinals. George getting it off for Terry, and that one rattles in from three-point land.
The screen fires away from about 25 feet and knocks it down. But both these teams got off to rough starts, but you got to give both their coaches a lot of credit for sticking with it through adversity and getting their team to play hard. Damon Stoudemire, of course, getting his team to 500 in ACC play, and Ron Sanchez winning the 5-way tie for 9th place and a record of 8-12 in ACC play.
Terry trying to get heated up and
on that hustle play.
Open 3, bang, in there by.
He's one of those guys that has, and if you ever have a chance to sit down and talk with him, just an elite human.
Oh, I have. I mean, he is a remarkable guy. Senior from not far outside of Atlanta, Macon, as Terry scores off the bounce.
And he has some of those young freshman demeanors and body language. Those are some of the things he has to clean up. But the talent's certainly there.
Bill Courtney said he has made major strides in a number of areas this year, even though statistically you may not think he has made that sort of progress. And he also predicted that Bethea is going to take a huge leap from freshman to sophomore year.
I would imagine 6'7" with long arms isn't conducive to a compact swing.
Aaron Judge has figured it out.
Come over and guard with your chest with this left physicality. And here we go.
George throws it up. And Terry throws it down. School, Concord, North Carolina. Makes it a 10-point game, final minute 20 of the half. Tech has made 8 of its last 10 from the floor. And of those 8, 5 have been layups, 2 have been dunks.
2-3 zone.
Okay, so the guy who dunks on you.
Staying with this 2-3.
Cleveland, no. Dongo with another rebound.
I'd be a little hesitant because that's exactly where Cleveland's most comfortable.
Terry again. Stoudemire asked him if he knew who Lute Olson was. It's a good thing he had been clued in, or else he might have been running laps. because, of course, Lute Olson, the late great head coach of the Arizona Wildcats, was, of course, the head coach for Damon Stoudemire back in the. So the Yellow Jackets have now made 7 straight shots, Terrence. 6 to close out the first half, and they're first to begin the second.
They're just playing with such rhythm. If they don't have something, they get it back to their playmaker, and then they make something happen quick. Damon Stoudemire slowing the troops a little bit, letting them figure it out. They see a mismatch by Dongo. He knows how to attack. That's good. That's good action.
They've now made 13 of.
Savage, 21 Savage. I fouled him entirely too hard.
Okay.
He threatened to quit the entire tournament in the championship game, but we ended up winning.
Okay.
Waka got $100,000 to his charity of his selection. We had a great time. We played Joyner Lucas in round 1. We played Roddy Rich in round 2.
And of course, the Blue Devils have other things on their agenda for March and April.
Yeah, they have a national championship to win.
So we don't know exactly what's going to happen or when it's going to happen, but we do know there is a changing of the guard at Miami ever since Jim Larrañaga retired. That's another hezzy.
That is silly.
George leaves it for Terry.
He's hunting a little bit right now. This ball's going up.
Goes right around the freshman and lays it in. Set him a screen.
Swartz. Where's this? Like, Miami's playing good basketball over the last 4 minutes. Oh, my goodness. An excellent.
He stayed in the bottom 3 in the ACC. And if you're in the bottom 3 when the regular season ends, you do not make the ACC tournament. Lance Terry using the window. Tip knock there. Middlebrooks. Now it's knocked away. Terry again going at Middlebrooks for 2. Powell. No, another offensive rebound. Guess who kept it alive? Dongo.
No surprise there.
George with 6 helpers. Right on his season average. He leads the ACC in assists. Screen and roll with Dongo. Instead, it goes to Terry. His 3 goes. You couple that, too, with the offensive rebounding. Georgia Tech, 12 more field goal attempts and +8 overall on the glass. George to Terry, saw one fall, and now there goes another.
Each other, you know, you don't even see red jerseys around the loose ball.
George continues to get an extended breather on the bench. Terry open. He was in a. Here's Parker. The lob to Dennis Parker. No, Dongo pulls it away. Terry's got Powell behind him, takes it himself, and the foul.
59-54, and Coach Stoudemire is still steaming about that. If he had a bigger bench, he might have gone to some different guys. This is the 9th different starting lineup of the year for
Gustavs. He's a guy who really excels in the open court, driving downhill, getting to the basket. Once he gets that jump shot consistent, he's going to be a whole different player.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Terry able to beat that buzzer. Terry, who his teammates call Pops, goes end-to-end off the steal. The 24-year-old.
Pitt went to a little zone right there. See if they stay in it or go back to the man.
Corin, Lowe, Leggett, Austin, and Cummings just into the game for the first time. He's defending Terry right now. Shot clock at 4. Terry, stay hot. He's into shaking his head saying, no, Nate George, I know you were trying to look me off, but I knew where you were going. Pittsburgh had a chance to tie it there. The rebounds have evened out considerably after Tech dominated the first several minutes. Powell to the corner, Terry wide open. He hits the clean 3 from the low with the offensive rebound. Dangerous pass, Leggett gets it. Missed the layup. Couple of huge missed opportunities for Pitt, and here comes Tech. Terry with Lowe to beat, able to do it. What a sequence for the Yellow.
almost entirely of them. 4 of Georgia Tech's biggest players are homegrown.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about that, right? Like, putting a bunch of guys together, from that have transferred, it's tough to do.
A first day bye for the ACC championship, and Georgia Tech is a team that has won 3 of its last 5, has beaten 2 of the top 3 teams in the league, and has the easiest remaining schedule. Both these teams like the road ahead.
Good defense.
Shot clock at 5.
Good
Underneath Terry. Unaffected by.
Break hard. Cutting to the hoop, getting the offensive rebounds. He's so important to this team. I love the way he plays, man. He's really selfless out there.
Had 9 ties, 10 lead changes. George. Here's Terry. Terry spinning on Wilkinson.
He said, get out the way, let me work. Can we have this dance? Ooh, tough. Good defense. Georgia Tech on the break.
Layup. Ties the game.
Time out, he gets your shooter a shot. He's supposed to make that.
10 straight double-figure games for Nate George. He didn't wait around to get it tonight. Here's Lance Terry for the lead. ACC Network. Shefflin is now 3 for 4 at the line. He's got 8 points and 4 rebounds. Tiger lead's grown to 5, 2 minutes in.
Yeah, you got to keep it. Can't let him get away from you, especially in here. Zachary's really pushing up on George. He's not letting George get anything.
There's Terry on the drive, and it rattles in. What a tough shot. Helps with the screen. Pocket pass, Highbreeder. Turned over. Here's Lance Terry, open floor, and he'll flush it.
Game-changing 3. They needed at least a 2, but a 3's even better. Zone. This is a good look right here.
George wants a screen. Terry for 3. Good!
But you're going to see Hepburn break down the paint, and then Scott is going to be right there putting it on, creating posters all afternoon.
He had 42 dunks a year ago. And this year, that is number 50, the second most in all of college basketball. And then in the lane, answering his 5th turnover by the Cardinals. They average 11 per game. Both of these teams take good care of the basketball. Right hand fadeaway and fire.